Hi guys! It's fruit punch time because it is late at night. I got off of set pretty late, and then the second I got home I kind of like passed out on the couch, which was unfortunate because so today I had to be really dirty. Like not in my actions, but in just myself. Like I had to have dirt all over me. So when I got home, I was like, I can't wait to shower. I cannot wait to shower. But the second I got home, I like felt so tired immediately that I just laid down on the couch with the cat and just went, just passed out. So I finally, after waking up, I finally like wiped my face. But I still need to shower. Like, I am so gross. And, so my cheeks are a little bit red, but also, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Super red. I think I'm super red, like, on the top portion of my back, too. So that's exciting. That's gonna be super fun. It doesn't hurt, though. Thank you, Italian genetics. Thank goodness. It doesn't hurt at all. It's just red. But I'm sure it'll tan over eventually. Just need to make sure that I cover that with sunscreen tomorrow because we're going to be back on set again tomorrow. I'm like, well, gotta be careful about all of this nonsense that's happening now because otherwise I'm going to be even more red and then that is not going to be fun. Have you guys ever had a sunburn so bad that it like blistered? That is the worst. I think the worst that ever happened to me was when we did our Europe trip. When I was in like the really hot areas and my shoulder just like could not handle it. Could not handle it. And we always put sunscreen on. I don't understand why this happened, but it just burned. Well, I put sunscreen on today and I burned. So, I mean, it's not a foolproof system. But yeah, dude, we were just like out in the sun. Oh, and also, I had to be barefoot in all of the shots, and the closer we got to like high noon, the hotter the sand got. Eventually I was like, I need to get my shoes. Like I can't do this. And one of my friends that was on crew was like, all right, to make you feel better, I'll be barefoot too and it'll be fine. And I was like, okay, I'll have a sympathetic person who's working on crew. And so he took his shoes off and he was like, oh, this isn't that bad. But what we didn't realize was he was standing where somebody had been like, that area was shaded by somebody's shadow just a second before. So he was standing there and he was like, this isn't that bad. And I was like, is it not? Am I just being a baby? Maybe I'm being a baby. All right, okay, I can put up with this. This is fine. It's not a big deal. So I'm standing there and I have to like walk across. It's not like my feet can get used to that one spot, how sometimes you can do that. No. I'm like walking around pretty quickly too. And just trying so hard to not let it show on my face. I was like, this hurts so bad. It's so hot. The sand is so hot. And then my friend, who was also barefoot, had to move to like walk to another spot. And when he walked there, he was like, oh God, oh, this is hot. This is really hot. I was like, I know. I've been living it. I know. Also, the flies were intense. There was like a certain part of the day, like late afternoon, we'll say. Not quite evening yet, but late afternoon, like 4 or 5 o'clock, when there were flies everywhere. And not just the tiny little flies that like to hang out on horses. There were horses there, by the way. Not just the tiny flies that like to hang out on horses, but also like the huge flies that are buzzing so hard. They get near your ear and you're just like, don't go away, I can't do this. Those ones, they were hanging out around there too, and I was like, oh, nobody likes you. The horses were all really sweet. The problem, there was one horse who was just so stubborn. Like, all the horses were just kind of like, oh, hey, and they'd like come over and they like sniff you and kind of walk away. And we had to do, the whole like horse debriefing, like, Nathan, the director, was like, well, just need to make sure that everybody here knows how to interact with horses. So if, you know, one of them comes up to you, you know not to stand behind it, you know to let it sniff you, etc., etc. And we were all like, yeah, we know. My family, I don't know if I've ever told you guys this, my family used to raise horses, so I grew up with horses. I'm not extremely comfortable around them because I'm so small, and I have been trapped between a horse and a wall before, and that is scary. That is so scary. But, so, all of the horses were, like, really sweet, except this one! This one horse who wanted so badly to eat one of my props. There was a thing that I'm carrying around for this entire time, and the horse just kept coming over and trying to bite it, and I was like, that's not yours. You don't get to eat that. That's not for you. He was just like, and he'd just stand there, and the dude who owned the place where we were shooting, he would, like, come up and try to move him, and he would just ground himself. He'd, like, spread his legs and just like, I'm not moving. I'm not moving. Like, oh, horses, you're so silly. I felt so bad for TJ, though, because he was, like, trying to get him to move and, like, finally got a harness on him and was kind of trying to pull him. And he said to TJ, if you just, like, pat him on the butt, he'll start walking. Like, you don't have to, like, smack him. Just, you know, just kind of. And TJ was like, okay. But again, you're not supposed to, like, stand behind horses. So TJ was like, okay. Like, how do I do this without standing behind it? What do I do? How do I do this? It was pretty funny. It was pretty funny to me because I was just kind of sitting on the fence watching all of it happen, and the horse hadn't actively tried to engage with me other than trying to eat my prop. So it was kind of nice. Overall, it went pretty well. The day was fun. It was good, although I do have to say, most of the time when I have off time, when I'm on set, I find some place to sleep. It was impossible to find some place to sleep. I normally just, like, curl up on the ground, but I couldn't here because of, like, what the location was and just everything that was going on. So I couldn't do the floor. So then I kept trying to curl up on chairs, which didn't work very well. And I finally found a rocking chair in the middle of nowhere. But then it was like out in the sun, and at the time that I found it, it was being shaded by our bounce. I was like, sweet. So I sat in it for a while, and then they had to move the bounce, and suddenly I was in the direct sun again. And by that point, this was already red, so I was like, well, this went sparkling. But it was a good day. It was a really good day, just a really long day. I had to wake up so early. I have to do that again tomorrow, too. It's another all-day shoot tomorrow, and Monday and Tuesday. I might have Monday off. Maybe. We're not sure. But I might have Monday off. So if I do, that would be super fun because then I can make my news episode and maybe hang out with Courtney. Maybe. We'll see. If I have that time off, that would be sweet. I would like to be able to make my news episode on Monday. Just throwing it out there. At a time that isn't 11 p.m. But who knows? I've done that before, so I can't really complain all that much. I also got to bond with a couple of the new interns. I had only, like, met a little bit. I hadn't really interacted with all that much. So got to actually bond with them, and yeah, I'm trying to think if anything else happened today, really. The shoots went pretty smooth, I think. We have a guy on set, Trent, who's like, he's like our time manager. So whenever something happens that was not, like, in his plan, he starts to stress out a little bit. I'm always like, oh, Trent, it's okay. At first, I actually wasn't sure what he did. Like, I knew that he was, like, an organizer for the whole thing of some sort, but I finally was like, Trent, what do you do? Like, what's your job? He was like, I make sure that things happen on time. It's like, that must be the worst job ever. Especially with us. That must be the worst job ever, because we sit around going, I mean, we keep on task. We get everything done that we need to get done, and we typically get it done on time. But yes phone, but it's just, you know. You know. Yeah. I wonder what that was. That wasn't a text, because my phone didn't moan. So we know that much. What was it? Oh, it's hanging with friends. I love hanging with friends. I know that everybody's off the wagon. Nobody likes it anymore. I still love that game. Jeannie and I play it together. Jeannie is literally the only person that I play with. Oh, goodness. Anywho, I'm gonna go and take like a real shower, and I cannot wait. But I hope that you guys had a good day, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye. Mwah!